In a deep, misty valley surrounded by tall mountains and whispering forests, there lived a mighty giant named Grom. Towering over trees with feet that could shake the ground, Grom was known far and wide. His arms were as thick as tree trunks, and his voice echoed like thunder through the canyons. Despite his power, Grom lived a lonely life. The animals feared him, the birds avoided his path, and no one dared approach his towering cave. One sunny morning, Grom was walking through the forest searching for berries when he heard a faint squeak. Squeak! Help! Please, someone! Grom frowned and knelt down. Beneath a pile of leaves was a tiny gray mouse, trembling and stuck under a fallen twig. Who dares cry for help in my forest? Grom boomed. The mouse squeaked again. It's just me, sir. I'm stuck and can't move. Grom chuckled, a sound like distant thunder. You're barely the size of my thumb. Why should I help you? Because kindness isn't measured in size. The mouse replied, shivering. Amused and a little curious, Grom gently lifted the twig with one enormous finger, freeing the tiny mouse. There, he said. You're lucky I'm in a good mood. The mouse bowed low. Thank you, mighty giant. I'm Milo. If you ever need help, I promise I'll return the favor. Grom laughed louder this time. You help me? That'll be the day. Still, something about the mouse's bravery and politeness stayed in Grom's mind long after he'd walked away. Days passed. One afternoon, while Grom was napping beneath a giant oak tree, he was startled by the snap of ropes and the sound of drums. Hunters from a faraway land had discovered the valley and had come to capture the legendary giant. With traps made of thick chains and enchanted nets, they surrounded him. Grom tried to fight, but their ropes were magic infused, and soon he was tied down, struggling to move. The hunters cheered. The beast is ours. Grom roared and pulled, but the more he moved, the tighter the nets became. Night fell and the hunters camped nearby, planning to take Grom to their kingdom at dawn. That's when a whisper came through the bushes. Peace. Giant. Are you okay? Grom opened one eye. Standing near his hand was the same tiny mouse, Milo. Yo! Grom gasped. You have to run. They'll catch you too. Milo shook his tiny head. A promise is a promise. I said I'd help. Without hesitation, Milo called to the shadows. Dozens of tiny mice emerged from the grass. Brown, gray, white, squeaking softly. They swarmed the ropes and nets, chewing and gnawing with determination. Hour by hour, the magical binds began to loosen. By dawn, the final rope snapped. With a mighty groan, Grom stood up, his arms free, his legs unbound. The hunters, still asleep, didn't notice until it was too late. Grom stomped the ground, causing a quake that sent the hunters running in fear, never to return. He turned to the group of mice, his eyes wide with disbelief. You saved me? Milo smiled. Told you even small ones can help. From that day forward, Grom was never alone again. He welcomed animals into his home, protected the forest, and treated all creatures, big and small, with kindness. And as for Milo, he became the guardian of the giant, always by his side, whispering wisdom and reminding him of the day when a tiny mouse saved a mighty heart. Moral of the story: never underestimate the power of kindness, or the strength of those who seem small,